Okay, we're doing problem 3 in section 6.2 pre-calculus. I believe this is law of cosines. I have to use law of cosines because I don't know both A's, I don't know both B's, and I don't know both C's. If I knew both of any of them, I could use law of sines. Since I don't, I'm probably going to have to use law of cosines. There's only one angle I know, and that's C. So perhaps I'm going to use the one that has the angle C in it, which would be this particular version of it. So C squared is going to equal A squared plus B squared minus 2A times B times the cosine of angle C. We're going to fill it all in. Side A is 6. Side B is 4. Angle C is 96 degrees. At this point, I'm going to punch this all into my calculator. 36 plus 16, I think, is 52. That's 8 times 6, which is 48. Cosine 96 minus 48. Cosine of 96 degrees. So this is going to give me some decimal. That doesn't mean I use arc sine on it, but it means I would take the square root to get rid of the square. 52 minus 48 sine 96. 52 minus 48 cosine 96 gives me 4.2629. Take the square root of the number, and I get 2.06. This is to the nearest tenth, so what would I call it? 2.1. Now there's a problem there, is there not? Now, I can tell you, well, no, let me verify.
Yeah, that's not what I'm getting.
No, let me check. Sorry, I used sine instead of cosine. So when I punch this in, I'd have 52 minus 48 times the sine, I'm sorry, not the sine, the cosine of 96, right? That's more like 57.0173. And if you take the square root of that, you'll get 7 point something, 7.55. So to the nearest tenth, I'm going to call that 7.6. Now that looks better because I can tell that the largest side is now opposite the largest angle, right? What I did was I typed on my calculator, instead of cosine, I typed sine. So yes, that would have been wrong what I had. Now that I've done law of cosines successfully once, I can change to law of sines. Which do I have to use, A, B, or C? C, because I know both of them. So I don't know. Do you want to use A or B on to make it equal? A. So we'll use this. So we're going to fill all my numbers here. Side C is 7.55 or 7.6. Angle C is 96 degrees. Side A is 6, but I don't know angle A. 7.6 times the sine of angle A equals 6 times the sine of 96. So the sine of A is going to equal 6 times the sine of 96 degrees divided by 7.6. So I'll punch that in my calculator. 6 times sine 96. Then divide that number by 7.6. I get 0.78. Sine of A equals 0.785148. Again, the more decimals you use, the higher your accuracy will be. Okay, I got this to equal. To get rid of the sine, I'm going to take the arc sine. And so when I do that, again, I'll use my stack function on my calculator and use arc sine of the previous answer. Since I'm in degree mode, it should give me degrees. 51.73. 51.73. Okay, so we got angle A to be, I'm not going to call it 51.7. I need to round it to about 52 degrees. So A is 52 degrees. What's 96 and 52? 96 and 52 is 148, I believe. If I take 148 from the total degrees in a triangle, that leaves me with 32 degrees, I believe. 32 degrees. Now, is the biggest side opposite the biggest angle? Is the smallest side opposite the smallest angle? So are there questions on number 3 here?